Well, this week I want to talk about a property that is current in today's market that we are purchasing. Now, so this means I'm only going to have the first part of the story, and shameless plug, you got to come October 11th and 12th to hear the rest of the story of how it actually works out. So this property, it is a beautiful 2004 single wide on 1.6 acres. And so we found it on the MLS. So many people say there's no deals on the MLS. This is out there with everyone could see it. Other people were bidding on it. Other people were looking at it, and we got it. So we have it under contract. That's where we found it as the MLS through a realtor. The problem is being solved. Now, this property went under contract, fell out. Went under contract, fell out. They didn't have the right buyers in place. There is some flooding on the land, but I'm not concerned with that as the property itself. There's some permanent stuff there, so that limits the people that can actually buy it. And the owner, the seller, is getting frustrated and he wants to move back with some family. And honestly, if you ask me, the pictures are not the best on the MLS. So those are some of the problems that I'm seeing right now that we are solving. The financing, I'm bringing in a friend, private money. Rehab, we are going to have to do not a ton of work. I'm estimating now there's a chance we have to do the roof for insurance. And so I'm going ahead and putting that in my budget now. But my insurance agent really thinks that we can go a few years before they're going to make us replace the roof. So if that's the case, it's going to be much lower. But my over estimate is $15,000 on some repairs inside. It's going to be a really quick turn, taking away some stuff. You can kind of see that in the front there. There's like a ramp. We're going to take that away and make the place a little bit prettier. We're going to put it for rent. My very conservative numbers is $1,500 a month. Honestly, we're probably going to start out at $1,750, maybe $1,800. But remember, I teach to be very conservative in case we need to come back down on rent. I always want to be safe because we still want to be able to make money with our conservative numbers. And if we make anything extra, that's a bonus for us. So here's the deal. $135 is what we're purchasing it for. It was listed for more than this, but we're getting it at $135. Our closing costs, they'll be about $1,000. Repairs, like I said, 14,000 is my overestimate there. So we're going to be all in at 150. We are financing it 135,000. That means we're going to have 15,000 out of pocket, which gives me $65 net rent. That's after insurance, mortgage, property management, everything there is. And you're probably thinking, Adrian, this is nothing exciting. Let's see. I'll talk a little bit more of why I'm going to do it, though. Why would I do that? It's only a 5% return. That is not a good return. Actually, my coach told me, don't do this. This is not a good return. Let's see. Well, maybe there's a lot of value in it. No, there's actually not a massive amount of equity either. So why would I do this? Well, you see, I am thinking forward ahead of where my next vision, my next goals in life are. And I want a little bit more stable. This is a newer property. It's going to bring us a little bit less, we'll say, headaches than some of our older properties, like the one behind me that I always like to show off. And if any of my stuff comes out better than I'm planning, I'm going to make a lot more. So we look at our worst case scenario here. I'm sorry, our best case scenario, I'm actually going to be making closer to a mid-20s return whenever I take and put in consideration that I don't have to put the roof right away. I put in there so I put property management in there, and I believe you always should. Well, it's not going to cost us 10% to actually run this property because we already have a system. This is a perfect property to drop into it. So I see that as, well, we actually have more money for the business. It's going to cost a little bit more hours for Karen and my team to run it, but not 10% of the rent. So we're going to be having a lot of extra money there. And so we'll see how the numbers actually come out. I believe this is a great property for my long term. I plan to have the final numbers in class on October 11th and 12th. Come join me there so you can see this deal and then some other really creative deals where we really solve the problems and making massive, massive profits and our ROI, our dollars per month, our equity. We have all types of deals like that, deals that people say they couldn't get closed. And this one's on the MLS. This is not maybe the deal to start out with, but it plugs into our system really well. And in 5 years, I believe my future self is going to be thanking me for doing this deal. So I hope to see you on October 11th and 12th in Plant City. You know where all the information is. It's in the comments and it's in the email that this was sent out with. So I look forward to seeing you. Have any questions, let me know and make today fantastic.